So, you're looking for a dog trainer in Stoughton. That's fantastic. It's honestly the very first step toward making your life with your dog so much easier and more fun. This guide is going to walk you through everything you need to know to make a really solid choice.
Just picture it for a second. Taking a nice, calm walk right down Washington Street with no pulling on the leash. Or maybe heading over to Bird Street Sanctuary for a hike, knowing your dog will actually come back when you call them. That's what good training does. It makes these everyday things in Stoughton genuinely enjoyable. Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, the foundation for any kind of good training is finding a professional who uses the right methods.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And for a very good reason. It's simply the most effective and kindest way to train. It's not about just bribing your dog with treats all the time. It's about building a real partnership where your dog learns what you want and actually wants to do it.
Now, on the flip side, you have to be really wary of some of the older, outdated methods. Any kind of training that uses fear, pain, or intimidation, it doesn't just fail in the long run. It can actually create brand new problems, like making your dog anxious or even aggressive. It really can damage that bond you have.
So, how can you tell if a trainer knows what they're doing? You look for credentials. I know, these letters look like alphabet soup, but they're really meaningful. They mean a trainer has actually passed difficult exams about animal behavior and learning theory, and that they're committed to keeping their skills up to date. Once you've found a trainer with a philosophy you trust, the next piece of the puzzle is picking a training format that's actually going to work for you, your dog, and your lifestyle. Generally, you've got two main choices. Group classes are awesome for learning basic manners and practicing around other dogs and people. Perfect for when you want to take your dog to the Stoughton Farmers Market. But private lessons, that's where you get that one-on-one focus, which is ideal for working on specific issues at home, like barking at the mail carrier or jumping on your guests.
And hey, if your schedule is just crazy busy or your dog needs a bit more focused work, there are other options. A board and train is like a total immersion camp for your dog, while day training lets a pro do some of the work while you're at your job.
All right, let's get down to the practical stuff you just have to know as a dog owner here in Stoughton. We're talking about your budget and the local rules.
So let's talk about what you can expect to pay. As you can see, the costs can really vary. A 6-week group class is often a really great, affordable place to start. A board and train, on the other hand, is obviously a much bigger financial commitment, but it's for those really intensive training needs.
And here are the 3 absolute must-dos for every dog owner in Stoughton. The state requires a rabies vaccine, the town says you need to license your dog every year, and your dog has to be on a leash whenever you're not on your own property. They're simple, but you gotta know them.
Okay, so you've done your research, you've got a short list. The final step is to actually talk to these potential trainers. Let's go through the most important questions you should ask to help you make that final decision.
This first one is probably the most important. You want their answer to be all about positive reinforcement. When they describe a typical session, it should sound fun and engaging, like they're focused on rewarding your dog for getting things right.
Next, just ask them directly about their credentials. Don't feel awkward about it. A true professional will be proud to tell you about their certifications and their commitment to staying up to date on the best and kindest training practices.
A great trainer doesn't just have a cookie-cutter program. They should ask you about your goals. Do you want a dog who can chill out at Ames Pond, or maybe one who doesn't bark like crazy every time a neighbor walks by? The training should fit your actual life. It's so important to know what you're working toward. A good trainer will help you set clear, realistic goals. Success might not be a perfect dog overnight. It might be just walking 1 block without pulling, or greeting 1 person without jumping. They'll help you see and celebrate that progress.
And this is a key question, especially if you're dealing with bigger issues like serious anxiety or reactivity. A trainer who is willing to partner with your vet, that shows they get that some behaviors can have medical causes, and that a team approach is always what's best for your dog.
All this work, the research, asking the questions, the training itself, it's all for one reason: to build a really wonderful life together with your dog right here in town.
The payoff is in all these little everyday moments. It's being able to actually enjoy all the great things Stoughton has to offer without stress. It's about having a dog who is a happy, welcome part of the community, both when you're out and about and when you're at home.
So as we wrap this up, just think about this. What's the very first skill you'd love to build with your dog? Maybe it's just a less chaotic walk around the block, or a come command that actually works. Just picking that one small goal is the perfect start to your whole journey.
Happy training!
A well-behaved dog really does make every single part of life in Stoughton, at home, out on the trails, with your neighbors, more relaxed and enjoyable, not just for you, but for everyone around you.